Hi, my name is Jason, and this is my 1991 redone Dodge camper van. I've lived in it for about a year and a half. When I got it, it had a huge dry rot problem. I decided to completely gut the thing out and do it all over from scratch. So the only thing that's original in here is the front seats. All right. So this here is a home sweet home. So yeah, what we got here for the kitchen, we've got the induction stovetop, and we also have a undermount sink here. And it's a nice stylish stainless steel sink. So I have a 30 to 33 gallon tank that I hung up underneath the bottom of the van just to save some space. Didn't want to go propane on everything because, you know, want to maximize different systems, not put all my eggs in one basket, right? So here is the 1800 watt induction stovetop. I can literally boil water within about 2.5 minutes. So we've got the 3-in-1 fridge. So it runs on DC, propane, or AC/DC as well. You can plug it into your house power, the 120. And currently right now there's nothing in it. I was just giving it a good scrub and a clean. You know, you gotta have a clean fridge. Looking up over here, we have the Cuisinart air fryer. It doesn't use a lot of power because it doesn't take long to cook the food. Underneath here, we've got 480 amp hours of power with the Deep Cycle 6 batteries. I went with this here because in the Canadian winters, the lithium cells can't drop below -5 degrees, right? So I didn't really like that. I had some cells that went bad from a harsh winter, so I decided to put these in, and it gives me more than enough power. And it's all rigged into this 4,000, 8,000 watt inverter. So I can literally plug anything in, power tools, sound systems for camping parties, whatever you want, we can do it. Up here's the solar controller, and that helps manage everything so it doesn't overcharge the systems. And over here, the DC-DC charger, so even on a cloudy day, plenty of power to the batteries. I'll never run out of power. This was actually the footboard supposed to go down here, but I decided why not make it a headboard, right? So you can just kind of sit comfortably and not hit your head on all this other stuff over here. And I had to customize this so it would fit up nice and snug against the side, sort of saving some space. It's even got the armrest for the cup holders. It turns into a bed, which is super comfortable, but mostly I sleep up top here. Oh, don't skip past the velvet curtains. I made it so it's soft when you're coming down. You don't want to pet it against the grain, right? So if you're just bored and you want to sit there and pet the walls, you can do that. Get some tactile experiences. So up here we got the 8-gang switch panel. You can charge anything up here. Got a couple of USBs, cigarette lighter, and we have this fantastic fan up here. Just the manual one, but hey, if I'm cooking, it's perfect because right here I can go ahead and turn this thing on and don't have to worry about getting too steamy. Coming back into the rear, you'll see, what's this? It's a bathtub. Yeah, that's right, a bathtub. This thing is about the same size as a regular bathtub, which is pretty cool. In about a month or so, I'm gonna have this rigged in with a shower right on this side and the instant hot water heater in here, to be continued, coming soon. Yeah, underneath here you can see the blue filter right here, so got any water I can put in there and it's gonna take all that chlorine out and just taste fresh and amazing. And back here we do have, it's an Airhead toilet, composting toilet. I used some towing from the front edge of what you use for stairs, right? To put that up on here and built these on top, so when I pull it out it just slides flat. And we've got about a 5 feet wide by 7.5 feet long bed up here. So I just ordered the tri-fold memory foam mattress, but for now I'll show you what I'm rocking up here. This is how I like to get comfortable at night. Just slides out like this. Eventually I'm going to get some nice linens once I have the new mattress. And more than enough room. Also, can't beat this because it's almost like having a mirror up above and really reflects the light in a nice way. Also, if you get cold, you get too hot, you've got the air conditioner with the optional heat. 13,500 BTUs of power on this rig. So you can either cook yourself or chill yourself to the bone. It's cold.
Do you run that off your batteries?
I run it off the batteries. This is no need to plug in. We've got 480 amp hours, and I'm getting a soft start. So once we have that going with the 380 watt solar panel on a nice hot day, it charges it up, and I can consistently keep this fan nice and crispy cool. And then when I want to slide her back up, just use my back. Doesn't take too long, the daily chore, you know. And we're back in business. It's like a condo on wheels was my idea, right? I didn't just want to camp, I wanted to glamp and spare no expense. Don't forget the magnetic strip here, because obviously it's nice to have some things easy on the go. Security, just for security. Also for cutting pizza. I gotta wash this thing because my dog is a lover, not a fighter, not a biter, right? So might just lick you to death. So you can sit here, put your feet up, relax, have a coffee, go on the computer, do a little bit of work. Insulation, I use the Rockwool Organic 4-inch. We have the best heater that you could get. This is a digital screen and temperature control gauge for the Webasto Airtop 2000 gas heater, put in from the nice guys at Cool It in Abbotsford, which are specialists in that. And I can set this thing up to we can crank this out like a sauna at 35 degrees, but I usually keep it around 21. And up here what you're seeing is the biggest solar panel that I could find down at Trotac. 380 watt solar panel, and this thing charges up the batteries in no time at all. Even on a cloudy day, even on a moonlit night, you're gonna get some charge going to the batteries. You'll see in the future I'm gonna have a dome put in, clear acrylic dome, so you can actually sit up there in the morning, and I'll be able to sit up and meditate, kind of look around and survey the weather for the day. I also have this backup camera, which just goes right over your rear view mirror, and which was only $80 on Amazon. Could you believe it? And hooks right up to back here, so you can see anything and drive around without any hesitation, just like a regular car. So it sits right up there and instantly turns on. If there's any motion to the van at all, it'll start to record it if anyone's messing around with the bike. So I've got the footage. Don't touch the bike. I live in a van because I like to be mobile, I like to travel, and my job permits me to travel up and down the island doing fire alarm sales. And so instead of spending $1,000 a week in hotel bills, and on top of having car expenses too, why not save that money and invest it in something that I can really enjoy and be able to go anywhere like a turtle with your home on your back. What I've found is that you get to meet interesting people and be able to sort of be able to have your own space that where you can do what you want to do when you want to do it and not have to sort of answer to anyone. For me, it's a sense of freedom.
What have been some of the challenges that you faced with this lifestyle?
It has literally been living in a construction site for so long. Last October, I remember laying down here on the floor in the winter with no heater, sawdust and boards all around me in this nearly empty shell of a van, and not being able to find a shower and having to go and jump in the ocean just to sort of clean up, or a lake. So now that things are getting set up, it's a little bit more cushy, but I had those hard experiences to deserve having it get a little bit better. So around the corner, we'll be at near completion. We're at about 85% completion. Upon 100%, we'll do another van tour, and you'll be able to see the final finished works. So with having the full bathroom set up, I didn't just want to have an outdoor shower and a porta potty with chemicals, and so I wanted to have a full bathroom. And I've never seen a van like this with a bathtub, a full bathroom with sort of all the luxuries I have here. It can be hard roughing it being in a van, but I didn't want to hold myself back. I wanted to get the best of both worlds, being able to have the freedom as well as have that sense of home and luxury, so I don't feel like I'm missing anything. This was your standard 1990s van with cheesy wood paneling and super old foam and a bit of a musty smell. So it had some really good potential. I liked the high roof and the top and everything, and the body was in mint shape, low kilometers. But when I went in the back, I peeled up some of the floor and it was just dry rot. Everything was falling apart on me. It had been sitting for so long, not being loved, and some of the water getting in around the windows. So I had a couple of options. Try to hide the dry rot and sell it to somebody without hoping that they wouldn't notice, which doesn't seem very honest, or just rebuild it from scratch. I had no idea. I thought it would be like maybe $5,000, but I could have went very minimalistic, but I went the other route. So because when I do something, I like to do it right and do my very best. So I sort of put that sweat and tears into this vehicle and had to gut the entire thing. When we pulled everything up, I also noticed on the bottom, every screw that was holding the wood down was rusted through, and we had to sandblast the entire thing on the inside and then weld and repair all the spots where the rust was on the bottom of the floor. Then what we did was spray the Rhino liner, the truck bed coating, all the way on the bottom. We used 2 kits all the way up the sides, and you can kind of see it right here, that black spray right there. This will never rust again. No water can get in there. Then we did some of that foil insulation, as well as put on 3/4 inch marine plywood. So it's essentially like a boat. So there's no way that this will deteriorate, and it will last for another 30 years is my expectation. So that's sort of the dream. And I won't always live in a van, right? But I'll always have this and be able to have that freedom whenever I want. And that's kind of a nice sense of peace, always having a place no matter where you are, that you can just relax and take it easy no matter what the scenery is outside. When COVID first happened, I wanted to be able to have sort of a doomsday escape tank, be able to go anywhere and sort of stay away from the major city centers. But it was also driven from many bad experiences of landlords that try to, their whole purpose is to find one flaw and not give your damage deposit back. So the last 3 places I rented, I was taken advantage of quite a bit by the landlords, as well as I had an increase of $600 to the last place I rented, sudden lease change. I could have taken him to court and battled it, but I was so done with untrustworthy and low moral character landlords that I didn't want to be in that vulnerable position anymore, and just sort of take charge of my life and be able to have this sort of sense of peace and freedom that this lifestyle allows me. And then this will also help when I get my first property. I'll be able to build just the same way I put all my care and attention into this. I'll be able to have a property and then build it up and live in it while I'm creating my next project. Having many distractions of living in a home, you get too comfortable, anchored down, sitting in front of the couch, in front of the TV, wasting time, not being able to go out and experience the day because you're wondering what's it going to be like outside, and maybe you just let the day go by, and the day gets away from you. And so now I'm able to go out every day with the dog, go for a bike ride, do some practices that help make me feel fulfilled in my life, and really time management, being able to take care of work, but also have a nice schedule that allows me to work hard and play hard and sort of maximize every day to the fullest, because we only have this limited time on earth. Why walk with the turtles when you can run with the cheetahs? When you're out here living the van life, you do have to, if you're a single person, you get to spend a lot more time self-reflecting, right? And it's almost like when you travel with somebody, you really get to know who they are inside, and you might not even be friends afterwards, right? So people who travel well together stay together. And I've heard of a lot of people that start the van life with a partner and didn't really know each other very well, and not go very smooth, right? So it's important that understanding, if you're able to look at yourself and sort of give up the expectations that we need of constant satisfaction, being able to humble yourself to the point where, yeah, I live in a van and I chose this. I didn't just end up in a van. I love this lifestyle, and I can go anywhere, do anything. I'm not locked down by anything. I can travel, and I have no worries or concerns. So it's a really nice lifestyle, as well as my rent is essentially my gas and insurance. So paying about 75-80% less than what someone would pay for a 1-bedroom apartment these days, or even a room in a house. the market right now, for me, it doesn't justify staying in a place where you have to pay way more than you should just to have your basic necessities met. Here I have everything almost met. We're getting there. Another month or so we'll be up to 100%, but it's nice work in progress. And now that the pools are back open, I've got no concerns. You can go to the pool. That's an excellent place for people who don't have the full bathroom yet. You don't essentially need a huge bathroom or anything like I have. You can go to any pool, wash up, clean up, have a nice swim, go to the gym, and if you're doing that every other day, you're going to be in way better health and shape than someone who is stuck at home wondering what I should do today. Right? You're out there.
If you had to sum up, what would your personal philosophy on life be?
Ooh. Is to not identify with your thoughts. Because we are not our thoughts. We are not who we think we are. We are not our experiences. We are the unchanging awareness behind the experiences. So when a thought comes into your head, you can run after each thought, chasing after it like a dog chasing a scent, right? Or you can observe the thought, and maybe you don't have to. Having that control of your mind can also grant you the greatest freedom beyond just the van, right? Being able to be free from suffering in the form of not being controlled by the mind, because we are not the mind. We have a mind. We are not the body. We have a body, right? But what we are is this ever-present awareness which is observing all things. And when we attach to these experiences, then ultimately that would be the suffering, right? It's the mental attachment to what we like and don't like. You may really, really like something, but that's a double-edged sword, because without that thing, now you're in suffering, right? So to appreciate what you have, but also to be okay with not. For the resistance to what is the illusion that causes the suffering. Whenever we resist and push back against something, that's when it comes back to us even stronger, until we can learn to be able to let go of that attachment and to understand what the Buddha found out was to be equanimous. Equanimity. Understanding that to observe life without trying to change it, just exactly as it is. Because that is freedom from illusion. Illusion is wanting something different than what actually is, and being at the effect of things. Being constantly controlled by what you like and don't like. Polarization of the mind. So what is very important is to be able to detach from what it is that drives us, and to not let the mind follow us, let us follow every thought that goes by. If you're casually watching the sky and a cloud goes by, that's just like a thought. You're not holding on to the cloud, you're just observing what's around you without attaching to it and letting it gently go by. You don't have to chase every thought. Let it go, right? Sometimes the thoughts we have don't support us. And when we feed energy and attention and awareness into that without understanding that we're doing it, that's unconsciousness, right? So it is important to have a practice that can bring you out of suffering. Some people, they avoid confrontation, and they don't want to even believe that there is suffering out there. But that's the first truth that the Buddha discovered, was that yes, there is suffering. How do we get out of it? Well, equanimity. Yes, so my rap name is Jay Sunner, and coming up with some music that's been a long time coming, but now it's finally time to get it out there. So I will be creating a page for that, and we'll drop the link on the next van tour when we have this all done up.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. Also, if you want to watch more alternative dwellings, we got a playlist popping up right here, and we release new episodes every single Sunday, so consider subscribing.